Hey guys, I am so excited to talk about Westworld. It's just my favorite show of the moment of all of the shows that I've covered actually this fall. I love it so much. And I really loved the episode last night. I honestly found it to be the best episode that they've done this season, even though last week's episode was amazing because of the crazy twist. But I have a lot of thoughts after watching this episode, and I am so excited that I get to chat with you guys about them today. So I know there's a lot of people here in the room. I just want to say hi to everyone right now. Let's see. We have Firkin and Roa and Julie and Vanessa and Eli. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm back at the old place now, back at the old setup. Yes, hi Rick, also who is watching. Hi Victor. But anyway, I would love to see what you guys thought about this episode. I do think I have a pretty good theory for who Arnold is, if you saw my tweet, but I am going to save that for my video that I'm filming right after we are done here, and I will upload it tonight just because I want to make that a separate video. Even though I'm going to talk about the episode in the video, that's going to be the main point of that video. I can't wait for you guys to see that, but I'm just going to save it. But I have other things that I'd like to talk about. Hi, Christina. Thank you for being here. So Vanessa, you can go ahead and start telling me your theories or thoughts about this episode or about the whole series in the comments, and then I'll tell you some of mine. Vanessa still thinks that Ford and Arnold are the same person, possibly split personality. That definitely could be true. I actually think Arnold is a person, is in the body of a different person, but I don't know. It's probably somebody you wouldn't guess. But we'll get off of that so that I could talk about other theories that I have. Hi, Wilbur. Thanks for being here. Now, when we're talking about two timelines, like Fergan is talking about. Hi, Josh. At one point in this episode, I thought that the two timelines was kind of a relevant theory, was when we saw Dolores go into I really feel like she went back in time because you could see the people trying to teach the host how to dance and stuff. And you see that she changed outfits from the pants outfit to the dress. And I feel like she was in a different time zone there, even though they tried to make that look like a memory. But I was just wondering what you guys think about that. Roa is asking me if I think Teddy dies. Well, if he does, it's not really a big deal because they can bring him back. But what I wanted to ask you about was the Man in Black. Now, as we saw him at the end of this episode, all of these people are coming to kill him. And that woman was, yeah, Back to Black. It was, yeah. I love that. I love the piano aspect of the show and how it plays like popular music. I really love that. So why was that song played? Well, I think it was definitely a nod to the Man in Black, who is a very essential character to this entire show. Now, what was I talking about before? Let's see. Teddy and the Man in Black at the end. So all of these people are coming to kill the Man in Black. Now, he talked about how when you get like on the outskirts of the maze that hosts could do you harm. Hosts could harm you. So do you think that he is in danger of actually being hurt? Like, I know they've stabbed him and hurt him before, but he just bounces back. Do you think that where he is with all of these people ganging up on him, he is vulnerable, or is he not in the right spot? There were so many interesting points in this episode. I took 5 pages of notes because there were just so much happening. And we need to talk about Maeve a lot. Firkin says the scene when the MIB tied up, with the MIB tied up and the woman killing Teddy, that shocked me. That was the woman who talked to William when he first arrived. And as you remember, yes, he had known her for a long time. This is like giving me chills. And I wanted to talk about that. When I've seen 2 different theories about who the Man in Black could be, if in fact he is someone that we know, unless he's just a regular guy who's not related. You guys first told me that you thought he was William, and then I was investigating him possibly being Logan. So at first I wasn't sold on him being William because William's demeanor is totally different than his, and we know how much William cares for Dolores, and Man in Black doesn't seem to care about Dolores. But this episode changed my mind, and I do think it's very possible that he could be William, because you see that he was trying to say he was the good guy. He's at home. In the real world, he's married. He has a daughter. I was kind of wondering who his wife is. Like, I'm wondering if Dolores can ever make it out of this maze and be his wife in real life, but she committed suicide. So he has a lot of issues, and he came back and he wanted to be very violent and change his personality. So now to me, it fits with him being William. I thought at first he needed to be Logan because Logan is, not a very nice guy. He's got the money, so he could definitely afford to be coming back for 30 years. But I'm more on the track of you guys who are saying it's William. So Julie says, he says that even if you go outside the main Ford plot, guests can't get hurt or die. They can only die if you go into Arnold's part of the game. So I guess we can assume that he is not in the secretive Arnold part of the game. So, I mean, I know they tried to make that a cliffhanger, so I was kind of confused because in a normal setting, we would think that all of these people were going to kill him. But now should we just think that they can't do anything, which is kind of dumb? So, like, not really a cliffhanger. We had Dolores putting a gun in her head. She was highly under the influence of Arnold talking to her. Now, I've been trying to figure out what type of person Arnold is, and I know that Ford said that he cared more about the hosts than real people. But at this point in the show, I kind of feel like Arnold isn't a very good guy, but I'm not sure. I mean, that was really creepy with Dolores trying to kill herself, and that was all coming from Arnold is how I took it. Julie thinks they're not in that part of the game yet because they haven't reached the maze. Okay. So Roa thinks that the bot/hosts can be humans. Well, I would say that Maeve is the closest that we know of to being human, even though she has gone through, she has tried to get more advanced in the last couple of episodes and had things done to her to make her more human-like. She was always that way because when we saw the backstory of when she was a different character in this show with a small child, she felt pain that she wasn't supposed to feel. So there's always been something different about her, which I felt like that was such a fantastic aspect of this episode. I was so excited to see that they're going to bring the original Abernathy back into the routine. And they kind of did this by mistake because that new guy is going to program him. And if you remember, Abernathy, who is Dolores' dad, this was the first version, he said he would make everyone pay for what they did to him. And I don't think he's forgotten that. So I think this will lead to the revolt from the hosts that I feel like is inevitably coming in this season, and that may happen towards the finale. We have 2 more episodes left. So Julie says, notice that the city where Dolores and William get in this episode is buried. Very good point. So this could be where the maze started, or this could be the secret land of Arnold's. Another interesting point was Bernard talking to, excuse me, I don't remember his name, the blonde-headed guy that works for WestWorld, who I'm pretty sure is a human. Who knows, though? But he was questioning him, telling him he was sorry about Teresa. And it was very obvious he realized something wasn't right with Bernard because Bernard did not remember his relationship with Teresa. And he didn't even remember his deal with Elsie and how he was concerned for her and concerned that she was missing. Yes, Bernard is definitely a host. Is that guy's name Stubbs, the blondish guy? So this is going to become a problem because Ford thought he was being intelligent by erasing his memory of those bad thoughts about killing Teresa, dating Teresa, hooking up, whatever. And now it's like other people are like, what the heck? Like, you don't even remember, you were in love with her. Julie says, Maeve said that there's like 2 codes working together in her mind, and then she asked who Arnold is. So I definitely think Maeve and Dolores and maybe Abernathy, number 1, and some other people have been manipulated by Arnold to be in an advanced state. But we know Bernard is sort of an advanced host as well, a very advanced host. But we have these people out in WestWorld who are more advanced than they should be. Either they've been programmed to be this way, or there's some kind of malfunction and they are more human than they should be. But I love Maeve. Hello. Is Arnold Weber the guy who was talking to Bernard and felt like something was up with him? Oh, that's interesting, Vanessa. The Arnold is Bernard Lowe is an anagram for Arnold. That's interesting, but that's not who I think Arnold is, but that's interesting. Because I think it could be, but we've already gotten the, twist that Bernard is a host, but I I think if he is Arnold, he doesn't know he's Arnold. I don't think he's acting, you know. Remember when they were questioning, I think Ford was questioning Dolores, and she was like lying to him, and she was like, I don't remember anything, and blah blah blah. And then like after he left, she was like, don't worry, I didn't tell him anything. Like she is able to outsmart Ford. I mean, she outsmarted him. So I think that Maeve and Dolores are what the creators would call, like, they're at a dangerous level, because I mean, Maeve almost killed Sylvester. Like he would have died if the other guy hadn't cauterized his you know, slice on his neck. He would have died. So I mean, I don't know what she's gonna do. Of course, they had to take her in at the end because she was acting weird, and she killed Clementine and everything. So I don't know. I just can't wait for that. She's going to go, this is nothing. Like, I know she's going to absolutely lose it because she wants to get her revenge on the main people. Like, she wants to go after Ford and people like that. So Julie thinks maybe Ford replaced Arnold with Bernard, the host, and put his memories there. Yeah, I've actually seen a couple people mention that either in this one of these shows or on my comments. But yeah, actually, that's not what I'm thinking. But I definitely kind of could see that happening. I just feel like Bernard is a central character and someone who's obvious to us, and I don't think Arnold will be who I'm thinking of, and I'm not just trying to be like super mysterious. I just want to devote my whole video to that because, again, I don't read other people's theories or anything just because I don't like to get those in my mind and then think that I had the idea when I didn't. So I don't read Reddit or anything like that. So if by chance someone else has this theory, it'll be really weird, but it's not because I copied them. But this person I'm thinking of who is Arnold is a person in the cast, but not a central character. So Roa thinks that your theory is Ford is a host and he is the center of the maze. I have questioned whether Ford is a host. And I think Vanessa mentioned, could Ford be Arnold? Maybe, or maybe he took over Arnold, or I don't know, because I feel like Arnold is not Ford just because remember when Dolores was talking to Ford, somebody else was talking to her and wanted her to lie to Ford. It would be amazing if Maeve could get Bernard to join her. I think that's great, Julie. I love that. I cannot wait for the host revolt episode, which I feel like is going to come in this season because Evan Rachel Wood talked about we had some major surprises and she considered them bigger than the Bernard twist. So that was pretty huge. And they gave that to us, you know, with 4 episodes to go at the time. So I can't imagine what this finale is going to be. I'm expecting something absolutely mind-blowing. I'm really excited. I do not think that Elsie is dead. Elsie is going to, I think she's sort of a central character. I follow the actress on Twitter. Shannon is her first name. And I really don't think she's dead. But you never know. I mean, Teresa was sort of along the same type of importance in the show, I would say, as Elsie. And she's dead. I was also wondering if Elsie was a host, but when they said they contacted her family, I did rule out that she's not a host and she was a human. So Firkin's saying that Bernard had a flashback of killing Elsie. Man, okay. Was that when he was strangling someone? Because I questioned that in my mind and I was like, was that Teresa or was that Elsie? Did anyone else think it was Elsie as well? Because we never saw that like in real time. The last we saw Elsie was like in that dungeon type of place and we just don't know what happened, but she heard noises. So we think she was either abducted or killed, but I do think she's still alive personally. This show is just so, I don't know. I mean, you know, I love a lot of different shows and a lot of you guys come to all my different show chats and stuff. And maybe it's just because it's new, but this one's definitely different than anything else that I've ever watched. And it's just such a like it makes me think a lot and try to figure things out. And it's very difficult to figure it out. So that's what I love about it. So, okay, that was Elsie. So that was freaking creepy. So I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, it really tricked me because I was like, are we getting the Teresa? Because I didn't remember him holding like this, holding Teresa like that. I was like, wait. And then it was, I guess it was kind of quick. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't showing the person's face. But man, I mean, I don't know what to think about that. I don't know if he was in his mind wondering if he had hurt her because he knew she was missing, or if, you know, yeah, I guess the only thing that would be like this would be like Orphan Black. and I really love Orphan Black, but right now I love this more. Like, I think Orphan Black is at a great point to end because I feel like they're kind of out of things to watch. I know Julie watches that. I don't know if you're as far along as I am because I've seen your videos like on the first season, but it's a really good show, but to me, this is better, maybe because Orphan Black's kind of run its course. So Roa says, let's say Ford was made in Arnold's image and Ford gains consciousness, all his human oppressors and tireless fury. So sure, let's say that Arnold was the only human to start. I do feel like we still have humans within WestWorld. I don't think all of the employees are hosts. There's a great, great, great chance that other people are hosts. I think that that's pretty much given. I don't think everyone who is working inside WestWorld is human. We know Sylvester's human, for example, but okay, Julie, yeah, it's really good. Really, really good. So theories on who is Ford, who Ford is building in his lab. Right, so we see that he is working on a character, a person, a host. I don't know. I don't have a theory. Do you have a theory on that? I don't know. That's good. That's good. Oh my gosh. I feel like there was more stuff that happened in this episode that we haven't even touched. Yes, because exactly that, the lab where he was, I think Teresa even had the plan for this person he was building. She was wanting Arnold to look at that. I think that was for that person. And that was the place where he killed Teresa. So, like I'm too, yeah, is it Wyatt? I don't know. It's funny because that other guy thought he was creating Wyatt, who was the cannibal, and that guy, the random like British guy, and they were like, the woman, why can't I think of her name? The woman who's like the boss lady. She's like, no, that's not Wyatt. But Wilmer's like thinking that he's building Wyatt, but isn't Wyatt supposed to be in the game already? Because I know that's who the Man in Black is looking for, and that's kind of who William and Dolores are on the lookout for. So I don't know. Wyatt seems to be like this mythical character. That's not my guess for Arnold, but maybe it's him. I don't know. We'll see. Firkin says that the two timelines exist. Then why would Dolores be back in the farmhouse? Because in William's timeline, she left it, and then in Man in Black's timeline, she lives there again. So I think Firkin has been the only person to question, or at least on my videos, the two timeline theory, which I didn't make that up. I don't know if that's a Reddit thing or if that's a thing that was on Reddit, but some of you guys thought of as well. When I first did my video last week in my chat, I got so many two timeline theories, basically the same theory, but just a lot of different people talking about it. So I definitely thought about it a lot, and then Firkin talked to me about it on Twitter, and I started thinking, why would they need two timelines? Because I just automatically started thinking that that was true, and how definitely William could be a Man in Black, but it seemed more like Logan, and now it seems more like William. So, but let me ask you guys this, and I think this is something I asked Firkin. What is the purpose for two timelines? In my mind, the only thing I could figure out was how cool the reveal would be if we realized Man in Black was William, and William hasn't been in our present the entire time that he was way back in the past. That is a very cool, shocking reveal along the lines of Bernard. But as far as the story, how does that advance or help the story? What does that do for us? It's a very cool twist. I don't know. Julie says, maybe here's the thing. What is happening with Dolores and the MIB is not happening at the same time, but with days apart. So we could have that aspect. I think the timeline theory that's been posted on my videos and talked about in chats was the 30-year difference, which adds up. I believe it. I mean, I definitely see William in 30 years being the age of Man in Black. That adds up to me. It adds up to me that it makes sense to me that he would be William, but I just don't know what would the show gain from that, or what is their purpose, or is there a deeper purpose besides, hey, this is freaking shocking. You thought you were watching all of this in real time and you were 30 years behind in some of these scenes. I think that's a great payoff and a great shock. But when you look deeper into it, why did they do it? Like, that's just kind of what I was thinking of. But what I think is great, and I think the only thing that would absolutely rule out the dual timeline, the 30-year timeline, if we ever see Men in Black and William and Logan in the same scene, Man in Black, I mean, then I think that theory is dead. But so far, we have never seen them cross over. So I think the theory still could exist. And then someone told me the theory was thought of because when William first comes to Westworld, there was an old logo, even though, God, it looks super futuristic to me. So if William is in Westworld 30 years ago, and the building looks that futuristic, they must be in the future. I don't believe, I'm not thinking 30 years ago in our time, because the advanced technology that he saw when he came to Westworld, I mean, that was like out of control, So the woman, which is really funny, is that you know what though, guys, I really think there is a double timeline. I really do, because when he first came to Westworld and he was trying to pick out clothing, that's the woman, and I think Firkin mentioned it here, the woman who was like the backstabber who killed or stabbed Teddy in this week's episode. She was the one who wanted to like help him get dressed and offered him a little extra. And, he was like, oh my God, they've switched you into a different role. I think I don't know how that advances the story, but I'm kind of sold on it. I'm sold on the dual timelines. I think he's William. I really do. And that is not my idea at all. I didn't come up with any of that, but I'm sold on it now. That's freaking awesome. I'm so sold on that. Roa says, what if Ford recreated the park in Arnold's image, now with an engineering team made up entirely of bots that would achieve the higher form of storytelling? Maybe, but I still see, this is what I can't figure out. Like, Ford, I think, looks at Arnold as some sort of villain, like his, nemesis. Kind of like what would you, like a superhero thing, like spy, or like Superman, and who is Lex Luthor or whatever, so like Ford is Superman and Arnold is Lex Luthor, but we don't know if Ford might be the villain. Sometimes I'm like, is Ford the villain and Arnold's the good guy? I think it's difficult. Julie says sometimes it does add up, but there are some things that don't to me. Yeah, you're not 100% on the two timelines. I know. I definitely was not. And going into this episode, I was very much on the other end, because especially with the high, like everyone's like, it's got to be William, and I'm just not feeling that. And then I'm like, I don't know why it would be Logan, because no one really cares about him right now unless we come to care about him. So, but this episode really turned me around on it, just because, if only for the payoff of the reveal, kind of gets me sold. Like, I just think for people who weren't expecting that would be such a huge twist and such a big payoff for the viewers. But the only thing that I don't really get is, what's the point of it? But I kind of see a point. Thank you, Rola. I appreciate it. Man, this show is so good. But I know that there's going to be things. And I know a lot of you thought about the Bernard twist and figure that out. But I do believe that there will be twists within this show that are going to be impossible to figure out, because it's just on another level to me. And it's HBO usually does such a great job with shows. Not always, but a lot of times. So I'm so excited. I have not seen the movie. Vanessa's asking about the movie. Is it completely different than the show? If it is the same, please, 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 I'm staying away from Googling the movie or anything like that, because I am afraid that there are big similarities, and I don't want to read anything about the plot of the movie and then be spoiled with this show if it goes along those lines. So, but if anyone's seen it and it's totally different, or if you've seen it and it's the same, let me know. I just don't want to know what happens in the movie if it's the same, because I don't know if they're going to, go with parts of the movie. And this is one show that I'm fanatic about. Like, I do not want to be spoiled, like, especially after being spoiled on How to Get Away with Murder. So I'm just really, really set on not reading anything that could give me ideas. Like, I would be crushed, yeah, I would be crushed if someone actually knew who Arnold was because of the movie or something and they told me. I would just be like, no, because I feel like who Arnold is may be the overlying mystery of the entire show. It may be a series finale reveal, and I will not spoil this at all, but Orphan Black has a similar theme of a person who they will not reveal to the end of the entire show. And you know what I mean? Like, so it's essential that we don't have any clues or anyone that might know. So I don't know. I mean, the movie cannot even have Arnold in it. I have no idea. But it just scares me when stuff is based on books or movies or whatever, because especially like The Walking Dead, a lot of The Walking Dead does follow the comics. Some of it doesn't, but some of it does. And I just don't, I'm a person who doesn't want to read the, if I haven't already read the book, like I don't want to if I'm starting to watch the show, because I don't want to know, because I know it's not fun for me. Like I don't want to watch it and know like that everyone dies at the end. Like, no. Why am I watching it? Because you know how I am. Because most of you guys are the same. We want to figure stuff out as we watch, not like figure out like how it happened because we know what happened, if that makes sense. Wow. So usually I upload my Westworld videos on Tuesdays, but I want to upload this one tonight. Plus I will be uploading, I know Orphan Black has comics. Yes, I've stayed away. I stayed away from those. But I don't think, I was Googling about Orphan Black comics, and I don't think that, I feel like they came after the show or something. I don't know. Hi, Julie. Yes, I didn't, no spoilers. You guys know I don't spoil. So as far as Orphan Black or anything, I would never spoil that. I don't spoil anything because I don't know where anybody is on other shows. You like getting spoiled? I know, it's funny because some people commented on my How to Get Away with Murder videos that they enjoyed being spoiled, and I was like, no, but you know, everyone's different. But just to let you guys know, I'm going to upload my Westworld video tonight and upload my Walking Dead video tonight. And I don't think I told you guys that for Walking Dead, I'm just not going to do because the live chats, to me, that show, it's kind of like a lot of stuff doesn't happen all the time. But if I know a big episode is coming, like the premiere of this season, I will be live. But I just, in the future, I'm not going to be live on those just because they're just kind of, it's almost like a drama a lot of times. So I'm just going to wait. I think Vanessa is saying there's no Arnold, and then Dawn says there's no Ford in the movie. So that's helpful. So the MIB killed the guests. No comparison. Well, oh, okay. So the MIB was killing the humans, I guess. Well, hey, who knows? That could still happen. That hasn't happened, but I mean, I don't know. That's why I stay away from them, because it might happen. So Roa says, what if there's one final clue about the 2 timeline theories that might be a big spoiler if you're not prepared for it? Well, I think that there could be, definitely. I have definitely thought about doing a Westworld live reaction. I am interested in that. I know that a lot of you guys aren't. Some of you guys can't watch it with me, but you can watch it later. That's definitely what I was thinking. That's in 2 weeks. So I think I should do that because I expect big things. Okay. Yeah, so cool. But anyway, I hope you guys will watch the theory video tonight. And if you're just seeing me for the first time because you're a Westworld fan, please subscribe, thumbs up this video. Scream is over for the season, year, whatever, it'll be back. What other shows will I start? I have to watch the fall season 2. That's on Netflix, or maybe it's season 3. I'm not going to do videos for that because it's a Netflix show, and those are hard because everyone is ahead of me and they already know what's going to happen. But I'm excited to watch that. I just haven't had any time, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I have to have some time to figure out what I'm going to do because I probably need to pick up some new shows. I know Pretty Little Liars starts in April, so I'll be doing that. Yeah, I know I still haven't watched Designated Survivor. There's like so many shows I want to watch that I haven't even watched the first episode. And I get overwhelmed. I'm like, there's so many shows I'm missing. I know, and I want to watch them. I feel like I'm really out of focus. I hope not, but I am on my end, so it probably means I'm frozen on yours. But I'm going to wrap this up because I sense we're having some technical difficulties. I love the fall. But just to let you guys know, my video will be up tonight. This will be up tonight in case you showed up late. This will be up in like 5 minutes. This was so much fun talking to you guys. Absolutely love it. I love this show. This is so amazing to me. This is why I do these types of videos on my YouTube channel. PLL has one more half season at the very end, and it starts in April. And I've never done Stranger Things. I've never watched it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I have to do that. So thank you so much for being here. Watch for my videos. I may just put up Walking Dead tonight too because I'm a little bit behind, so I need to get all that up. I meant to get that up earlier, but that didn't happen because I was having some crazy computer problems. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. Stay tuned for my videos. I will see you guys real soon. Bye.